Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down in nitty gritty under 10 minutes, and if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important and not important to liberals, libertards, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like TNT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Listeners' discretion is advised. I'm the only eccentric so far individual on the internet right now who is a Schizo-Logist and also an true alpha psychopath. Okay, but you don't know what those terms are, you ask me. If you don't know what those terms are, just ask me. Okay, I make up terms that the general public tends to catch on to, like the EDB, these emotional douchebags. Okay, they're everywhere, and just like the NPC, okay, non-playable characters. So I want to make this very clear. Reddit has removed in 2017. I'll put the article down below, which is linked to another topic, which the female created, the Incel dating services. But as you read down and through the article, you'll find out Reddit has removed the Incel sector on their website. Okay, they removed it. The reason why they removed it is because, as I said before in my past, I am a therapist. Okay, so I go out in the world, and if you check out my credentials, I've talked to hundreds of women and hundreds of men too as well. I do surveys, I do tests, I do analytical, psychologicals, I do all sorts of crazy stuff, man, in a meticulous fashion, and I try to concise it down to something simple so everyone can be related, so everyone can understand. I talk about real terms and terminologies, okay? So when they removed it, the real reason why they removed it is because there is about 80% of men, mainly, incels. Incels is involuntary virgin, with a bit of anger, touch of rage, desperation. These guys are basically popular, and they're the ones who are the most likely going to be the simps to give money for pictures or viewers, okay, whatever, They pay services. Okay, and I try to teach guys how to stop simping. Simp means suckers investing in mediocre pussy. That means used vaginas. And I try to teach even beta alphas who still don't know. Okay, if you have sex with a non-virgin, you are a simp. Lucky for me, I didn't get a chance to get no pussy. Okay, because I lost my virginity when I was 31 to a virgin from Ethiopia. Because my unique story is rare. Okay, right? In my past, I used to be a fetish gigolo, okay? Please read my credentials before you speak. Now, I also teach the emerald pill knowledge. Most guys can't be emerald pill, and they complain about me. They'll try to make up their own little terminology pill. But my pill is an overall rounded pill to protect men's and women, okay, to be a psychopath, okay, or likely to be a Batman, the Oz pill, to protect your ass, okay? You want to make sure you have leverage in a relationship, so if one person gets tired, you will have the advantage. You have to make sure you make things up front. But an incel is someone who is not intentionally wanting to be a virgin. It's mainly because they may be lacking confidence with themselves, and they don't have the knowledge to exude that fucking possibility that they're intellectual. So if they're intellectual, they can do other things, but they tend to be focused on that lower energy. Okay, you may consider it sexual anger, okay, or build up, okay. There's many different words of using that word, but men go through that more than women do. So very rarely you won't really hear too many incel females because they don't really exist. They're probably like 2% out there. I actually met one version in America, but of course I couldn't get my dick. My cock is not small, okay, and I make videos, okay. So other than that, I had to travel overseas, okay? So it's going to come down to that. Well, guys is just going to stop paying for services rendered and being simps, and they're going to go overseas to create families and doing other things. I teach this to guys, but I digress here. They remove that sector, okay? That area, that group of individuals, okay? Because of so much anger and rage of how they're not being recognized. They're not being recognized. So, as I said before, there's 8% of guys out there who are virgins, who are average looking to below, okay, and they're not getting any attention, okay. Now, I've traveled overseas to also see this too. I talked to people from Nigeria and Bangladesh and India, in Pakistan too. And then they say this, they see the same pattern. They're not being recognized in society, and that's a sad thing. That's a fucking sad thing. 80% of guys out there are virgins, but they're not being talked about. And then you'll have these beta alpha males who are 25% of the population who have learned how to womanize women for just one thing, okay? And those are not alpha guys, okay? The alphas are basically pimps and hustlers who know how to hustle a female, have an application process. There's a good way of going about it, and there's a bad way of going about it. But a lot of people don't talk about alphas either. But in modern day society, you'll have a lot of feminine, effeminine people, men and women, looking at celebrities as alphas. It's because of the way they look. They don't know anything about the background or anything like that. And that's not an alpha, okay? But to portray an alpha image is someone who has an application, you know. To me, an alpha, to me, okay, from what I learned from pimps, is someone who gets charged, who charge women. Okay, you know, you charge women to the game, okay? You don't sleep with your product, and you tell women up front, this is what's going to happen, okay? Because you are more responsible. You are the wisest male. You make the money, and she's not getting anything unless she serves you. It's not like being a prostitute. It's an agreement pact. It's an agreement pact. Now, while prostitutes just give it to anybody, okay, an alpha male basically helps to build a family, and family is business. The Italians used to think this way. But that's the real reason why they removed that article, that sector. Okay, I can't think of the word, but they removed that sector because there was too much anger being spewed. That's it. And so their anger is much more higher than a woman's anger. Okay, and I tell guys and I teach guys not to be an incel and get too angry, and to redirect that sexual energy somewhere else, because I've learned to do it. Okay, and some guys' energies, sexual energies, may be higher than mine, but when they don't get that sex, okay, you know, I tell guys all the time that women can use sex as a weapon, and what you're gonna have to do is to believe in polygyny, so you won't have to worry about rejections that travel overseas or something. You know, wink, wink. I tell guys all the time. On the other hand, there are women who don't complain as much as the men do. And when I teach the women think they're virgins after because they didn't get sex for like 10 months. Because I remember I was talking to this one chick. Now listen to this. Talking to this one chick, and I just drove her to the goddamn store because our conversation was fired. She was a therapist. She was actually a prostitute or an escort. Okay, I told her I was an escort too. Yeah, but I only fuck with virgins. If you're not a virgin, we could use a strap on. Okay, and you're gonna pay me. Okay, because I'm not hanging around you. But we did have a good conversation. She said, "You are the only one from all of the services you are the only one that said that." I said, yeah, I know, right? A lot of guys think they're alphas, and they're really not alphas, okay? Because I charge women, okay, to the game if they're not a virgin. I do not use vaginas, because that will be simping, all right? So when I see a lot of guys out there who are Sandy Hook and Columbine, and they killing up schools, those guys lost control. They snapped. That's all they did. They snapped. And if you do a little bit of research in your history, you'll find out Jack the Ripper cut prostitutes in half, okay, you know. And so you don't want that, okay. There's no hell spirit in a man's loneliness, okay. Imagine, okay. So women talk about things all of the time, and I try to teach women to teach other women not to protrude that energy, because once the feminist movement and the Lilith try to take over, they'll all be destroyed. They ain't gonna hurt themselves. Okay, so you don't want that, okay? So that's the real reason why Reddit removed the incel sector, okay? And on Reddit, okay? It's too much. As I said before, you travel overseas, you'll see the same pattern. I know a lot of guys who have never seen a piece of pussy in their life. They don't know how to get free videos or anything. I get that shit done for free for me. I'm on OnlyFans. I'm not a super bad looking guy. I'm pretty much a 7 out of 10. Okay, I know my number. Okay, because since my teeth is fixed, okay, my teeth used to be fucked up. Okay, really, uppers and bottoms. I'm not taking out the top. Okay, but I had to change. I had to metamorphosize myself. Okay, I had to show off. I had to do these things, so I had to keep myself on the DL, because people tend to look at image, and this is the problem with most of society. When you look at image, you tend to forget about the little man and the medium man. Okay. A lot of times women don't gravitate towards the medium man unless they got that money, especially if she's already been riding the cock carousel. If she has not been riding the cock carousel, and she is a virgin, she's gonna fall for anything. And her father's not there. Oh my fucking god, she's lost. She's a lost cause. And this is why I teach women too, as well, not to fall into temptation of the media to get wrapped up in a man because he's more attractive than you are. Because there's an article down there, which I'm gonna put both of the articles down there. There's another article where a woman says she thought she was an incel, but she wrote down, "I'm an incel. I haven't had sex for 13 years." I'm like, "You're not an incel, okay? An incel is someone who's still a virgin, okay? You can get up off your lazy asses and then start walking up on men. Divorce the guy and do different things. The problem with incels that I come across with is that they lack the confidence to take a move. The first thing is that they're broke and they don't have no money, okay, and you can't get no services. So you have to get it free by looking on the internet, right? So when you look on the internet, that's not really high quality stuff. I got videos of me traveling overseas. I got videos of women's naked bodies all the time, okay? I'm on Fans Only. I used to be on MySpace. So I want you guys to read the 2 articles and get back to me with any questions if you have any questions, okay? But other than that, okay, that's all I really wanted to say. I mentioned why they removed it. And I've been talking for 11 minutes. I don't want to talk too long. And I don't want to get too technical because it's really irrelevant to get too technical. Okay? But I'm a geek to a degree. I try to keep it simple, okay? Because nobody really want to hear all those technical mumbo jumbos. They really don't want to hear that. Only us knowledgeable geeks will like to hear that shit. But not too much because I'm more alpha. I've changed my wavelength. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. But other than that, that's all I really wanted to say, okay? The real reason why people want to make things more complex is because they have a God complex. And the God complex is people with better memory ability will usually look down on people with lesser memory ability. And I try to make this term real clear because every time I see those bigger words like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I'm like, who made that word up? It was just on a TV show, right? And I'm like, why do you need to make that big word? Why can't you make it more simpler? Okay, what does a name have to be 30 digits long? Okay, because they're testing your mental psychosis. They feel empowered because of the fact that they need to look superior than everybody else. That's all. It's a God complex. And I see it. Why wouldn't you just make it simple words? And I know why. Why not? Okay, see. All right, so there you go. So other than that, that's all I really wanted to say. I think I said too much. That's the real reason why they removed that sector in the incel sector in the Reddit. Other than that, I'll post down below my credentials. I'm about to travel to Gambia, y'all. Okay, because I've already traveled to Ethiopia already. Lived there for 2 years. Yada yada yada. And anyone who wants to go with me, you pay your dues and your fees, and we should go from there. Okay. Other than that, my information is vital, and I'm not the Kevin Samuels. I am beyond his pay grade. I know guys be sending me Kevin Samuels shit. Listen. I'm a private man. I try to keep myself private, and I try to be cringy as fuck, okay, right? I try to be cringy as fuck in the beginning, okay? But if those who bypass that first 1 minute, 2 minute mark, kudos to you. Kudos. Congratulations. Other than that, I'm out of here. And if you want to learn any more about the emerald pill and all that other stuff, contact me. Peace.